Good evening, everyone. Right, oh, I've just realised I don't think I did my noises. Excusey. There we go, ringtone's off. Right, so while I set up the other trick to get the comments, how are you all? Have we been creating lovely things today? Have we created anything today? Because sometimes it isn't all lovely, is it? And sometimes you just need to make anything just to get the craftiness going. Can't talk then. Hi Karen, hi Dawn. Right, okay, so my tablet's just currently refusing to work. No, I don't want to go into the photos. Marvellous, marvellous. Hi Louise. Give us a thumbs up. Oh, well, Be Crafty is live now. I'll just press that and see what happens. Cakes. You've been making cakes. Oh, lovely. Abby made blackberry and apple crumbles today, so I might treat myself to one of those in a bit. Oh, there you all are. See? Right, so. Oh, hang on. I think I can hear me talking to myself. That's just, you know. I mean, it happens a lot anyway, but it's a little bit different. Okay, chasing the shed roof up the garden. The girl swing set's upside down. I have not gone out and moved it. I didn't really see the point. It seemed sort of moot while it was still blowing a gale. Okay, so right, tonight we're going to be playing with some stamps, obs. But I thought what I'd do is I'd leave my journals here because I was having a play today. I came in with the full intent of getting everything ready for my live, and then my journal was out, so I started messing with that. So, first of all, I started adding some more bits to the page we did last week to this one. So I added some of the arrows from the arrows templates up here. I added some white dots and some more lines around the edges. Let me just lift that out of the way. Is that all right? No, that's fine. So yeah, I just added some more to that because that was out on my desk. So I've been having that. Today I've been mostly sorting out ordering uniform. Yeah, it only occurred to me today when I said to the kids, when do you go back to school? And Abby went next week. But there you are. It's all fine. I'm hoping I'll just ignore it and it'll go away and they can just stay with me. So we've got, and I've been adding a lot more accents to these centerpieces here. The picture on my tablet has frozen, so I'm hoping it hasn't for you guys. But I can see your comments, so that's cool. So yeah, I've just been adding in some more white details. I drawing in some, like these black stars here, they're off the multi-stars template. So I've just been adding in some other stuff, having a bit of a play and having fun, because that was on my desk. Okay? So, then I thought, oh, well, I never did any more. When I was doing my gloss sprays try it out Tuesday, a couple of weeks ago, I didn't do any more. Sorry, I'm just going to have a mess with my tablet as well. I didn't do any more to this page. If you remember, I used the carnation, etc. Gloss sprays on here. Well, I haven't done anything to it since, so I thought, oh, I'll get that out and I'll have a bit of a play. So, obviously, I have my stars template out that I've been using. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it back up again. So I started adding in some black stars with a pro marker, actually, because, again, it was on my desk. And I do tend to use what's at hand. Maybe that's why I craft so messy. Who knows? So I was using that because that was what's at hand. And then I started adding in some more splashes and whatever. But I haven't gone any further. So this side is the canvasy side. And this side is the really heavyweight paper. So you can see... I mean, that's not stuck together or anything. So on there are the gloss sprays, some splashes of Dylusions, and some other splashes of gloss sprays that I've put on today. And that's pro marker. And look, niente. Okay, so it is a really, really good weight. Okay. Yeah, the video is frozen again, so I'm just gonna keep going for mine. Right, and then I was like, oh. I'll start getting myself ready for tonight. Okay, so what I did was, I know what stamps I'm using, and I was like, oh, I haven't used for ages, I haven't used my mandalas. I thought I'll get out my mandalas. So I did tidy this desk, I tell you. So I thought, I know, I'll get my mandala out. And this one was really, really dirty and really inky. So what I did was I spritzed it and I put it in here. So I spritzed both sides. So that's given me a start in my, in my small journal. And then I've got this little mini moleskin book. The paper's really, really thin. It's rubbish for doing stuff on, really. But it's just really mini and I just like playing with it. So what I did was I did the same here. Okay, and then these are some of the stamps I'm going to be playing with tonight. So I spritzed it and closed it and whatever. And then I was like, right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to doodle through it. So what I did here was I doodled through it with some... This is my planner pencil case for when I'm doing my planners. Which I've got to be honest, I do pick up and put down. I need to be more regular doing it. And they're just, you know, regular glittery gel pens that you get. And whatever. So I used those to go around and then I spritzed it with water to make them sort of flood out a little bit. And it's sort of given me this little sheen a little bit all over and it's really, really cool. So I did that and at this point I still didn't know if it was what I wanted it to be. So then I used some of the, which I've now lost. Here we go. The Maths and Formula washi tape it's got the graphs and stuff on it. Now, in all honesty, I actually really like this. I even prefer it to the white script. Now, the white script, I would say, is our most popular one. But I actually almost prefer this to the white script because you've got the script on there, but then you've also got like the graphs and things and the little formulas, which is, I just think gives it a little bit of interest, which is ace. So, yeah. That's fab. Right, but on to, as she segues seamlessly into this evening, what I did today was I went and had a look at the end of line section on the website. So these are stamps that are either discontinued completely or at the very least will be discontinued for now when the current stock runs out. Julia, see, Fave Wash It goes on everything. Exactly. You think because of the mathematical formulas it might not, but you can see this is a nice pink and blues crowns and mandalas and whatever, and this is great. Sorry, yeah. So I thought, right, what we'll do is we'll pick some out of there to use for our Try It Out Tuesday, which I thought was quite a good idea. So I'm going to grab a blending mat that's very nearly clean. Did I tell you, before I went on telly the other day, my dad shouted at me. He shouted at me, do not go on TV. It's because he makes it, so he's very proud of it. Do not go on TV with dirty something Mylar. Make sure, because obviously, you know, you've seen my templates. My worst one is my Bakewell from my big ones. Let me get it and show you. This is my worst one by far, to the point I've actually got me a new one. Look at the state of that. Bad, Beverly. And I will be honest with you. He said to me, he says, people will think they don't clean. And I said, yeah, they will. They just know I don't. So there you are. What can you do? Right, so what we're going to do, I am going to have a play with, so this is a Dylusions media tag, size 10. And these are absolutely beautiful. And what we're going to have a play with tonight is we're going to have a play with the crowns and the heraldics, and that sort of thing. So what we're going to do, so you may have seen, I made this for a Chanda show. So we're not going to do this because obviously this is already available, because the whole video for how to do this is on the YouTube channel, okay? And there's loads on there because I've used gesso through the damask template and the crowns and lots of awesome stuff. And all of these are on the end of line section on the website, okay? So they're all at 40% off and still with your free P&P because they're stamps. Okay. So I thought we'll have a play with that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in some different colours. I'm thinking maybe the blues. I can't get away from the blues, honestly. It's like ever since Sam drew that moon, it's all I can do. My blues. Oh, somebody asked me, I have to say, somebody asked me about the clips. These clips. Sam was talking about them a couple of weeks ago in her Friday chat. These are just magnetic bulldog clips. So this journal, like I say, it's just a little moleskin journal. And the papers are ridiculously thin. So I either have to gesso them or here I've washi taped them. And whatever, in order to use them. But what these are great. So for example, just because I know you guys always ask me what sort of tools I use. So for example, if I want to do, well, that's not going to work. That page there, okay? Right, if I want to work on that page, obviously it's not going to sit flat. So if I just sort of weight it down with my bulldog clips, okay, and then I can work on it a bit. And don't get me wrong, as you work on it more, it does get flatter, but they just hold it for a while. So I use them. I can't remember where I got them from, or if even Mum got them for me. But it was just somewhere like the Range, I think. I want to say the Range, so that's what I'm going to go with. But they're ace. And I have got like a metal, what was a clock behind me that doesn't work, so I just sort of, so I don't lose my journal, I just go click and it hangs on there if I want it to. Right, so what did you say, Mother? Greens? Greens? Okay, I'll use some greens. Okay. Spray with elbow grease and run under the tap. Yeah, I should, Dawn. I've got some of that as well. I love elbow grease. It's amazing. Right, so I've got some more of my mandalas. So we'll get some greens. I think, here we go. I'm going to take out the chip sapphire and I'm going to bring in some Mermaid Lagoon. We will use greens. Maybe a bit of forest moss. And I do think goes well with greens is old paper. It's a really good colour. So what we'll do is we'll do a smooshy background. I actually think it's been quite a long time since I did a proper smooshy background. So we'll do that first. But what I'm going to do is sometimes I do multiple colours at a time. Tonight I'm going to do one colour at a time. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some forest moss and then knock it back, basically, with the other colours. Okay? The speckled egg. Do you know what? I don't know what I've done with my speckled egg. I don't have the speckled egg in Oxide, but I do have it in regular distress, so I can put some of the speckled egg in as well. Did I show you? They are available on the website. I don't know if you saw on my show last week. On my pinny, right next to my Hochanda Freedom badge, I have a distress speckled egg badge. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Badges! Yay! Okie dokie. So, yeah, I'm going to go on with the forest moss first. Put your stencils through the dishwasher. I wouldn't, primarily because I don't have one. I know Sam has, with her blending mats with various success, put them through the dishwasher. However, I am not guaranteeing your blending mats or your inkables for going in the dishwasher. And I'll tell you for why. I know you guys are probably really sensible and wouldn't put them on a super duper duper heat, okay? But somebody's out there probably will. Somebody might be a bit of a wally, and then they'll ring me up and say, well, you said I could put it through, and I'll say, yeah, but I didn't mean at 90 degrees, and then it'll be my fault. So, you know. That's why. Wow. I'm actually loving this. Why don't I use forest moss more? Oh my good golly goshness. Look at that. That's just right good. That is right good. Do you know what? I'm going to use another size 10 to mop that up. I have got some bigger ones, but they're proving quite difficult to get hold of at the minute, whereas we have a reasonably good stock of size 10s. So I'm not afraid to use them. Okay, so here we go. I'll just wipe that up and then we shall spritz and remove the rest. Okay. Yeah, if you do get sort of ink stains on this, just use a little bit of hand sanitizer and you're good to go. All right, so from here I'm going to knock this back, and in fairness, I think I might do it with some speckled egg distress ink. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight on top. Ooh, that's nice. And this is why, you know, you just bought your tag die. Yeah, but the thing is, the tags, I will say, the tag dies are significantly smaller than this one. But have you got them yet, Julia? Because I know your order's been sent, because I remember it going. So the tag dies, they are small ones to start. But obviously we will look at doing bigger ones in the future. Do you know what? I'm not exactly sure how much more I'm going to add to this, because I'm really liking how it goes. I think I might abandon the Mermaid Lagoon, and I might just go for a little touch of cracked pistachio, but literally just a little sort of I think that'll work beautifully with the speckled egg as well. I'm absolutely loving this. So I will say as well, with regards to the dies, like especially the tag dies we've just done, I was really pleasantly surprised how well they went through thicker things. You know, I've definitely had them through a few layers of cardstock, which is great, and that's only one pass. I mean, you can go back and they'll probably do even better. Your inkables are on their way. In fairness, if you only ordered all the extended stencils have gone as well, Steve-O. They have. I can't always get onto Marcus Dispatch though, Steve-O. You know this. Sometimes you get the dispatched email the same day as you get them. Because it doesn't always go to plan. Right, so that is fabulous. I'm absolutely loving those colours, and I don't want to add any more weird and wonderful colours to that. So I'm not going to. Alright, so for example, your Heraldic Alpha, really, really useful. That's on the clearance of 40% off. As well as your Knight, your Heraldic Banner, your Jubilee Crown. Just, they're ace, and they're all on there. So, yeah, bless him, everything. Billy, in terms of the, sorry, just going back one. In terms of the extended stencils, inkables, Billy worked his little bum off all weekend and got them so that they could all go out yesterday. All the extended stencils. So nobody who ordered extended stencils has had to wait. Because Billy's a good egg. What can I tell you? So yeah, everything that went yesterday got marked as dispatched, but everything that went today, I couldn't get it to work. So, stalk your postie! Right. So what I'm going to do, I can't remember which mandala this is. I'm sure Sam or Mum will come on and tell you. So I'm just going to go in with some speckled egg. You can see, I mean, it's such a beautiful colour. It's sort of like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this speckle. There's no way. It's a duck egg. It's not like any of the other colours really. So I'm just going to work around the outside of that mandala. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. Really, really pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same down here. People have said to me, sorry, are you alright to stick your inkables down? Absolutely. I am just not a patient woman, and I don't. That doesn't mean you can't. Once it's your inkable, you can do whatever you wish with it. But you can see, I mean, it just gives you such a beautiful, quick background. Absolutely stunning. Right, so, still waiting for the new stamps. be on the way. Is that the new moon ones? Yeah, they're on the way. Because obviously we couldn't book pickups and collections for Friday when we got back. So the collections and that started yesterday and today. So we're going to, as you know guys, we always get you your stuff as quickly as we can. It's very, very important. So yeah, I've just had a little whiz round the edges with the speckled egg as well. And this is why I think, if you look, I might just lift you down for this bit. This is where you can get really good vintagey effects mixing your ink pads. And by that I mean, you know, we've used this is primarily the Distress Ink Speckled Egg and the Distress Oxide Forest Moss. And you can see the Forest Moss has almost lifted itself to the top. But because we did that first, we've got that lovely sort of stained look about it. And then the mandala pattern, okay, which didn't move because we did that after. So it almost looks like the mandala, like sort of like a mandala wallpaper that's then been stained and what over the top, which is absolutely gorgeous. Loves it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, so yep, they are on their way. They really will be. So many colours. Exactly, that's the thing now. Who's it said the new? I'm not sure what the next colour will be. It's on pre-order. So as soon as it is available to us. And when I say available to us, we no longer do pre-order. We did that a few years ago and we got stung because it didn't come in the time we were promised, and then we felt like we were letting customers down, so we don't do pre-order anymore. I put things on the website that I have in stock ready to send you, and that's it, unless it specifically says pre-order on it, and I only do that for our products. I don't do it for products that I'm buying in. Okay, so this is the Roman numerals. This is the Wednesday wow for tomorrow. Now, when you have your Roman numerals, it will have a number 1. I do not have a number 1 because I dropped it on the floor and rolled over it with my chair. And that's why. Yours will go all the way 1 to 12. Mine does not. Because I rolled over it. But yes, so we do have, I was going to say, I put the pre-order in to Ranger as soon as they told me about the new colour. Okay, so we'll know. When I know it's coming, I will let you know so that you can, you know, make a plan, but it'll be 24 hours notice. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So that's the Roman numeral. So that is the Wednesday wow for tomorrow. Sam can probably put a link for that on you now. In fairness, she's probably looking for it already. So, right. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the assorted small crowns. I've gone really warm. Really, really warm. And I'm going to put these in a row on my border block, hopefully in a straightish line. Okay. I really need that speckled egg in an oxide. But that being said, this has inspired me to go and do some more backing papers where I smush and then use Distress ink over the top so it sort of moves to the back. I really like that, but I can't understand why I don't use Forest Moss more. Awful. Awful woman. I don't know how to sleep at night, really. Okay, so I'm going to try and go on with my speckled egg. I'm worrying it might be a bit pale to go on here, but that being said, I don't want it to be too dense, so that's okay. So I'm going to push up and down. Oh yes, I think so. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. And I'll tell you what isn't going to work on here, boys and girls, a white pen. That is going to have no place on here, I don't think. Okay. So, it's a good place for a number 1 at the beginning, isn't it? So that is just, wow. Wowzers. I want to make something actually quite clear, because I do worry sometimes that I get a bit, what, I don't know why she's so, that maybe I come across, you know, a bit, what, I don't know why she's so surprised, you know, it's stuff she sells. But I am still always pretty amazed when, because I don't always, I definitely don't do a dry run of my Try It Out Tuesdays. That's why it's Try It Out. It's, you know, live action, people, live action. So, because I want to be able to respond in whatever, in real time, to what you guys are saying. And I don't necessarily pick colours before because of, you know, if you guys want to see something different. So, like, for example, Mum said green, so that's why I went this way. It wasn't the way I was planning at all. Right. I'm trying to find, because I know Rosie wanted to see the cracked glass, and now I'm struggling to find it. Rosie, if I can't find, I promise I will do a little 5-minute video this week to show you the cracked glass. I absolutely promise I will. And I can find it. It's not in any of my thinkable folders. I can't find it, my lovely. I will have to do it later in the week. Okay. So, from here, I'm not really sure where to go now. I'm thinking that I should be stamping in sort of like a walnut stain, or I could do the big crown in the forest moss as well, couldn't I? Right across the middle. Eek. Oh, it's really sticky. Okay, so you can hold me to that, that's fine. Right, sorry, I just need to take a little drink. I am getting really warm. Right, so we're going to go in with our big Jubilee crown, and I'm going to use my Distress Forest Moss, because I'm thinking I would actually like to keep those colours. I really would. So, I'm just going to work my way across. Might even have to do a little bit of a swipe just to make sure I get it in everywhere. Press in the middle, up there. Okay, so this is in the end of... No black, no, I'm not doing any black. Okay, so I think I'm going to put that in the middle. So remember, with your super skinnies, you can flex, don't bend. That is the voice of experience. Oh, I love that. I have to say, that's gone on there almost with the effect of a flocked wallpaper. I don't know why I'm doing that. But it has. It's gone on with sort of the effect of flocked wallpaper. That is ace. Love it. Right. So then I'm going to use my Heraldic Alpha to make a queen. This is actually a really useful alphabet that I use a lot, and I know Jane uses it a lot for using her inputting in random numbers, like on this one. So like for when you're art journaling and things, just random numbers, absolutely fab. Okay, do we want queen? Do we want queen? Yeah. If you want another word, if you get to me before I put this on, you can. Dee 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 dee. Alright. Yes, I have mentioned its end line. That's why I'm doing it. I mentioned it very first. Very first. Right. So okay, so I'm going to go with Herald. Herald. I quite like that. But I can't lie. You know, just King, Queenie. Will I get Queenie? I don't think I'll get Queenie in. I could if I did them all individually. Freddie. Freddie. I then would need to do them all individually. Do you know, Freddie, as in Mercury. I have a fish called Freddie Mercury. Abby called him Freddie Mercury because he's got a white vest. Plus she loves Freddie Mercury. So, you know. Do 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 do. Mama. No, I won't do it. Right. So, you only get one E with your Heraldic Alpha. You get one of everything. Queen has 2 E's. So what I'm going to do is then take... So what I did was I put a D in the gap to make sure... Just so it got my spacing right. And then I'm going to go back with my other E in the middle. Queen. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So, your uncle and brother were Freddy's. Absolutely marvellous. Hi Jan. I don't think there's any problems with the emails we've been getting emails today. shop@becrafty.net. I'm sure it's .net, because that's where the email's registered to. Okay, so and then I think I'm going to put these 2 little prancing lions. And when these were launched on Hochanda, for whatever reason, every time I said prancing lions, Hayley West, I tell you, thought it were hilarious. Okay. I'm going to put these straight underneath. Right. Now I feel like we need to go in with a bit more something else. It's missing something. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it up, okay? Because I sometimes think you can add a lot on and then when you layer it up, you're like, oh, that would have worked. Anyway, so I've got some, I'm hoping these aren't scored, these cards, actually. They are, but it might fit anyway. I think I'm going to go on this piece of craft card. And we're going to layer this up with some red tape. Here we go. So what have you all been making today? Have you been having fun? Tools. Like I said, I think the thing is with me, I was like, right, I've got to get in the craft room, make sure. I mean, it's not like you guys expect me to tidy up a lot, but I do like to make sure at least this bit's okay. And then my journal, I'd taken out of my bag from last week and just left it on my desk. And then I was like, oh, I could just keep having a play with that. And, you know, what have you. And I think this is the thing. This is what I always say to you. Get into your craft room, grab something, grab anything. And just start having a play. You've made a mess. You know, just start making something. Because it will, the inspiration will come. So, for example, today, I wanted to get ready to use today's stamps that I wanted to show you tonight. Okay? And then, but I had a little play with my journal first, the one I'd already started with the moons and stars, and then I got, you know, my Dina Wakely Media Journal and started having a play with that. And then I got my little journal out and had to play with these. So it's not being on Dartmoor very squally. Don't start using them made up words again. Squally winds. Okay. So that on the craft card. See, I wanted to do that before I add anything else to it, in case I put it on the craft card and thought, no, that's enough. Okay, because sometimes that happens. It does happen. Okay, so what I'm going to do, what do I want? I need something three-dimensional, but I'm just trying to work out what to use, truth be told. Right, so I'm going to keep this bit of card here, and I'm going to stamp a couple more crowns, I think. I'm going to go for this one. This is the one at the top of your assorted crowns, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to take my crown. I'm going to stamp it on here. Oh, ace. Twice. And then just do a quick cutting out job. Yeah, so, and this is the thing, I wanted to, because, you know, obviously we do give the new stamps quite a bit of airtime, and obviously I did show you them last week as well. So I was like, right, let's have a little look at the end of the line, because there's some absolutely fantastic stamps in there that, you know, maybe put into new collections in different formats. But for now, they are 40% off, so, you know. And I loves a bargain. Okay. And then we'll go over this one. I mean, you could be really, really intricate around this if you really felt the need. I do not. And introduced to inky backgrounds and dinkables. Blooming lovely. I was going to say, it's September next week, can you actually believe it? So, if you have a make that you would like to put in for the challenge, make sure you don't forget to do that in the Be Crafty Stamps group, because you could win a £20 stamps voucher. And bear in mind, it's a £20 stamps voucher. So if you decide to, you know, I'm going to get some natural fibres and things. If you, sisal, that's the word I've been looking for. Sisal. Favourite stamp for you is the treble clef. Yeah, that's really handy. Sorry, I'm going off on one again. You see on here, we've got like the numbers and stuff that I say are great for adding in, because you can put them with anything. And stuff that sounds, the treble clef's the same. And the Soundwave borders. I love those. I love that. They're one of those. I remember watching a documentary with film directors, M. Night Shyamalan and that sort of thing. And they were saying, you know, you've made it as a director when you have to cut your favourite scene from a film. Now, I am hoping I have made it as a stamp designer, because they are some of my favourite border stamps, but I have cut them ready for new things. So I'm hoping that's what that means. Okay, so you keep forgetting the challenge. That's why I keep reminding you, so you don't forget. Because We know what that's like. We forget. It happens. It's not a problem. I did actually mean to use Distress Collage Medium for this because it's thicker. Don't know where it is. I really need to have a sort out. Remember I had a sort out a few weeks ago. Rosie, yours is added to the challenge. Good lass. Bear in mind you can join. You can add in as many things as you want. It's not restricted just to one. Where is my collage medium? That's a really good question. Haha. Right. Let me put that on there just a second. That's probably going to need something else, isn't it? Later. There we go. That's heavy. Sorry, did the paintbrushes get you? Yeah, that's why I'm here to remind you. It's absolutely fine. Don't mind at all. So yes, I'm going to use some of my Distress Collage Medium because that's what I should have used to put these on. A staple. Must look up what the challenge is. This month's challenge is absolutely brilliant. All it is using an inkable. Okay? And with that, bear in mind, it can be an inkable. It can be a dinkable. It can be a texture disc. It can be a skyline. An easy frame. So loads and loads and loads of scope to play with. Basically, a Be Crafty mask or template. That's the basic it. Okay? So as long as you're using an inkable, you are good to go. So, here we go. Yeah, so inkables, dinkables, texture discs. Jane, I'm sure you've got some of ours. Inkables, dinkables, texture discs, skylines, horizons, easy frames. I did say you can enter more than one. You can enter as many times as you like. Because that's what the challenge is for. Is to, if you are struggling mojo-wise, okay, it's so that you've got something to give you a kickstart. So basically what we figured was that's no use to you if it can only kickstart you once, which is why you're allowed to enter more than once. And the thing is, it is fair because everybody can enter more than once. So the thing is, what we wanted is, you know, if you start crafting with your inkables and it inspires you to get loads of ideas, you can then put all of them in the album. And bear in mind, what that will do is later on, it could help inspire someone else who's looking for something specific. So, I'm going to see if I can get one of the new DTers to come up with a challenge for next month. And this is the first they've heard about it. So we'll so that's next Tuesday, isn't it? We'll have a new challenge. So you need to be ready before next Tuesday. I'm going to be careful with this because it's a paper raffia. Okay, so there we go. That is keeping lovely and natural. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to find out some, you know what this needs? I know what this needs. This is a bit late in the day to add this on, by the way. It needs some of the C mixed media powder because it's that beautiful aqua blue. But I might have left it a bit too late to add on, but look. So with your mixed media powders, can't get the lid off. Okay, you have embossing powder, but then with all these little texture chunks in. Okay, they're absolutely ace. So you can add those, or we could add some embossing glaze. That would be cool. In fairness, I meant to pick me up some speckled egg embossing glaze today, so I might add that on tomorrow. No, I wasn't going to say white pen. I wasn't going to say white pen. Sorry, I've just moved my tablet. What did you say? Yeah, Jackie. Did you see Jackie's brilliant fix today? That was awesome. Okay. No, the white pen is not coming. I don't think it is suitable for this project, truth be told. I just wish I'd gone around the edge of this with some mixed media powder before now. I really, really do. But what I'm going to do... Be gone. I'm going to get a foam. I was going to say sponge. When Abby was little, that's what she used to call a sponge. A sponge. Okay. I'm going to grab my Versamark. What's the time, dudes? How long have I been going on for? Well, not too bad, actually. Considering how long we have known me go on for. And I've been at quite a relaxed pace as well. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foam. Now, one of the new Tim Holtz embossing dabbers would be great for this. But I want it to be quite patchy anyway. But quite thick in this corner. See, too much stuff everywhere already. Got little bits of sisal in there. It's alright, it's really a mixed media powder now. Right, and then I'm going to get a little bit more. I'm just going to do it quite light up here, I think. I want to keep. Oh dear. Some of those chunky bits on. I'm going to put them back on in a sec. But did you notice how I specifically knocked over my media powder then on my scrap envelope to show you exactly why you should use one? See, I was just doing it for you guys. That's all. I was just doing it to show you the importance of putting your embossing powder on a scrap piece. Right, where's my heatproof mat? Here we go. So, I'm going to heat my mixed media powder. Because I'm now on my heatproof mat, I can put it down. Right, while that's still hot, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly move to the side. Pour some more on. And so it'll stick, and that's enabled me to get some more of the chunky bits on the top there. Sorry. Been really bad at that tonight, haven't I? I'm going to hold this down. You can see Okay, so sorry, I'm just going to move my tablet back over here because I can't see what anybody's saying. Okay, so there you've got your C mixed media powders, and they're just absolutely lush. And if I show you a bit more this end, you can see you've got those like chunky bits in it. Absolutely fab. So I actually think this is one of those that I really don't want to overdo, because I just think the colours work so well. I'm that forest green, I can't even tell you, forest moss. It's just, I think it's, you know what it's like, you do get stuck in a rut of using certain colours. So well done, Mother, for saying green, because that's what made me get it out. Should I take that off, because that needs cleaning? Okay, so you can see that. Should I get a white piece of card so you can see it better? There we go. So, you can really see, I hope I haven't stuck again. We've just had the Wicked Witch of the West cycle by the chimneys. No, you didn't, I'm here. Okay, so I really don't think I want to do anything else to it, because I absolutely love how the C Mixed Media powder's looking on there. I'm just really, really pleased with it. It is time to stop. Okay, so what I would like you guys to do, I'm going to set you a little challenge. Okay, your challenge that you have until Monday to complete, okay, is to have a go at making something to go in the challenge album. Okay, so here I've used the mandalas, okay, because I used this mandala. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little journal thingy. So you can see, so here I've used it on a size 10 tag, and it's perfect for a 6x6 card. But here I've used it in a little journal, okay? This little journal only measures, in whole, 7 inches across by 5.5 inches, okay? So the pages are only 3.5 by 5, okay? So it's really small. But I've used it several times in here because it's awesome. Okay, this is the Roman numerals that's on the Wednesday wow for tomorrow. And what I did here was, let me just quickly show you because it's really, really cool. This is going to be my new favourite thing to do on everything. Okay, so what I did was there's that tag I started earlier. So here we go. I'll grab my Roman numerals, she says, realising that she's put them down again, and hope she hasn't run over them again. Seriously though? Oh, they are. Right. So, I'll put these on my border. Yeah, so your Roman numerals will fill your border block, because you will have a number 1. Okay. So what happened was, I don't know if you can see that there as well, was I stamped them on, okay, and then spritzed them quite heavily, and you can see there how much they've bled out, right? And then, but because this is really thin paper, it just went. And then I dried them, and then I went over them with a tattered rose. So, and that's also what I did, like I say, with the mandala here. I doodled round it and then spritzed it. And this is going to be something I do all the time now, because it's just ace, and I just think it looks really awesome. So you can dry that off. Okay, and then, so this one is quite faint. I don't know how well you can see it because I went over it with a Tattered Rose, which is a really pale colour. Okay, but what you could do is then go over it with, say, your cracked pistachio, right? And just sort of offset it a little bit, and then spritz it again. And then you can just, and it's just another way, you know, you think how hard we do first and went onto the damp card, you would probably find you would get a little bit more, you wouldn't get as much definition at all. We'll have a go at the top if you like. So you get my point there. It's just another way. And I always say, don't I, the thing I love about stamps is what you can do with them. So for me, this was just another, oh, that was a nice effect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz here, because Julia told me to. So I'm going to spritz with some water, and then stamp on. And look, that's really good. That is a beautiful effect, actually, because then the ink's sort of sitting on top of the water. So if you did really want to flood it, you could then spritz it again. So it depends how watery you want it. In fairness, I think that might have been wet when I stamped on it. So if you look, it is more fluid than that one. Okay, so it's just dependent on the effect you want. Okay, yeah, that would look really cool with the star stamp. Okay, so I think we've done some wicked techniques tonight, actually, and I'm really, really chuffed. I've had a flipping great time. That's going to be a very nice tag when it's finished as well, I think. Okay, so rest of the week then, kiddos. Let me get my paintboard out of the way. So rest of the week, I'm still haven't. Did you guys still want me to do like a prep board evening? I know I'm just really worried it'll be really boring. Just watching me chop up and set up a prep board. But anyway, I'm quite happy to do that. So, right, what we're good. Oh yeah, absolutely, you could ink the stamp and spray. So this week we've got quite a lot on, haven't we? So we've had Try It Out Tuesday tonight, so we can tick that off the list. Okay, tomorrow we'll obviously launch the Wednesday Wow, but because you guys are here, you found that out first. Also, I'll be in Crafting Together All Brands tomorrow at 2. Okay, then also this week we have got Sam's drawing feather tutorial in the group. Okay, so make sure you're in the group. Okay, because Sam's going to teach you how to draw feathers. All right, and then on Thursday evening, you have another Fab Live with the fantastic Janie at 8 o'clock. I don't know what she's got planned this week, so I will be just as surprised as you. But I'm sure it'll be marvellous. Marvellous. Yes, please, can you learn me how to do it? No probs, Emma Blake, as soon as I teach you how to construct a sentence. I mean, that was just grammatical waffle. Oh god, nobody take me seriously. Me and Emma Mickey take each other all the time. So yeah, so you've got that. So if you want to take part in Sam's drawing tutorial, please remember it is in the group. It's not on the main page here, so you have to be in the Be Crafty Stamps group, okay? And while you're there, you can have a go at the challenge. Okay, and then you've got Jane's tutorial that evening as well, where you can sit back and relax, and she will show you some fantastic techniques with distress crayons. Okay, now I have said the Wednesday Wow. You know what the Wednesday Wow is. It is the Roman numerals, and all the other stamps we have used tonight are in the end of line section on the website, so they're already 40% off anyway. So go and check those out, and they do still have free P&P, as all Be Crafty stamps do. Aside from that, if you would like to see how that tag was made, the full tutorial is on the YouTube channel. If you are here listening to me on the YouTube channel, hi. And also, like I say, I have told you the Wednesday wow for tomorrow, but there is going to be some other newness. And if Louise Sims doesn't get there first, you never know. There might be some left. Or Emma. I'll tell you what, you've got to watch that one. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. It has been a very fun evening, and I have very much enjoyed it. So let me get that out of the way. So if you are just tuning in, because I know there's a few lives going on the old Facebook tonight, this is what we've been making. Thank you guys for joining me. And I might do you a quick live tomorrow as well, so keep your eyes peeled. Thanks guys.